Yeah, so these are the course modules in CSV12. So this is the first one. You can see here. This is the introduction to ethical hacking. That's the first module. Um, guys, are you able to see my screen? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm having confusion there. I'm sharing or not.
Your voice
Yeah.
is breaking,
So
sir.
first one is introduction to the hacking. So that module will cover a lot of. All right, just a second. Let me just fix this problem.
சார் ஒன்றும் புரிய மாட்டேங்குது சார்.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
சார் தமிழ்ல பேசுங்க, ஒன்றும் புரிய மாட்டேங்குது.
ப்ரோ தமிழா எந்த ஊரு?
I cannot actually speak in Tamil right now because I guess there are a lot of other peoples out here, like even if Malayalis and North Indian, Hindis, Telugu, there could be some other people. So even if I try to speak in Tamil, that's going to be a problem. So that's the case. So I'm sorry about that, first of all.
சார் நீங்க தமிழ்ல பேசுங்க சார், எங்களுக்கு புரியும். இல்லை எப்படி சார் புரியும்?
What about others? Tamil person?
English.
Yeah, so English is a global language, so everybody understand English. Even though I'm not actually a Tamil person, I'm from Kerala, so I don't know much Tamil. ஆனா எனக்கு தமிழ் புரியும், ஆனா ரொம்ப தமிழ் தெரியாது. அதான் பிரச்சனை. So I think I should go with the English. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so the first modules we'll be discussing about the introduction to ethical hacking, which has a lot of things to discuss, which like what is hacking, hacking methodologies, frameworks, phases, and like information security. What is information security concepts? So there are a lot of concepts. It's going to be completely theoretical, so that's the case. So it's going to be a theoretical class for first module. We don't have any kind of practical things and all. So that's the first module. So you guys need to like be patient in the first module. So it's going to be completely theoretical. From the second module onwards, we'll be start doing this this practical part. So that's where we start the hacking concepts or the phases. The first one is footprinting. So in this footprinting, we do have to study a lot of things, like how can we gather information. Like first of all, I'm going to show you the hacking phases. It's really important. Like even if you, whatever you're going to do, whatever you, even if pen testing or hacking, whatever it is, you definitely need to know the concept first. Like first one need to be the information gathering. So the information gathering is like if you're going to attack a person, you definitely need to know about that particular person that you're going to attack. So that's what we call the information gathering. So if you look at here, you see here, this first of all is reconnaissance, then we go for scanning, then we go for getting the access, then maintaining the access, and again, this is going to be like clear the tracks. So that's how we do. Once we got the access, we definitely need to maintain it. When we lose it, it's going to be a bit hard for to regain the connection. So that's the case. So in the reconnaissance part, this is where we gather information about our target. So there are a lot of ways, a lot of different ways we can gather information. We can through social media, we can gather information through search engines, say web services, like website footprinting. See, I'm actually using this website called It's actually an easy council website. And if I want to know more about this website, I have a simple extension called Waplizer. So this Waplizer is going to give me a lot of information about this website. So this is also information gathering technique. You can see here these are actually a JavaScript framework they're actually using. And you can see here this is a development side. We can see how exactly they created this site. So when we got this much information and this programming languages they're using, we might be able to look for some vulnerabilities and exploits for this particular website. So that's how it is. So that's how it works. It's called Waplizer. I believe most of you guys, so you can actually search in the Mozilla Firefox extension part. It's going to give you a bunch of information about the website. So there are a lot of other extensions I'm using. So I'll discuss about in the coming classes. So we can actually gather information about the emails, who is footprinting, like a lot of tools out there, guys, you can actually use to gather information about a target. So if you have any kind of doubts or anything regarding like while the session, you can actually put on the chat, I can answer. Or else if you can actually talk after the session, I can give you a 30 minutes for Q&A session, right? So that's the first module. That's the forward printing. So here we're going to learn about a lot of technique, how to gather information about a target through various techniques, through OSINT, like open source intelligence, or through okay, let me show you another website just to show you like this is gonna be that these are things we're gonna study in the class. So this is a website called Meta OSINT, contain a bunch of I guess it's gotta be up here somewhere. I bookmarked it. Yeah, it's metaosint.github.io. It's a chart. So it definitely contains a lot of these are a bunch of resources for you. So I'm gonna go for this social media. So I'm gonna click on this circle to see what exactly. So this is a Reddit related so this thing completely contains Reddit information. So if you wanna, if you have a target and you know the Instagram ID of that particular person, you can actually go to this place, and these are a bunch of websites. You can gather information about the target through Instagram. So this website will help you to find more information about the target through Instagram. Like it's not about Instagram hacking, but it's actually a information gathering related website. So OSINT is called open source intelligence. So that's how it is. We can actually, like Facebook is here, forums, chat, dating, blogs, LinkedIn, a lot of things. All right. So we can actually go for different places. Like there are a lot of ways we can get information, because every single time when you access the World Wide Web or www, you are actually leaking a lot of information to the public. So that's where we're gonna access. That's where we actually get inside, or we got more information about the target. So it's like that. We have a lot of ways to gather information about the target. So that's how it is. So we'll learn about this in the first module. In the second module, learn about the scanning techniques, like scanning techniques. So when I actually got a target, I can actually like gather a bunch of information about the host information, like open port, services running on that particular IP address, vulnerability scanning. There are a lot of different kinds of scanning techniques are out there, but in order to study all these things, you definitely need to try to understand these different scanning techniques. There are a lot of scanning techniques, so you definitely need to study all this thing to understand the scanning technique used in this the ethical hacking concept. So yeah, so that's the scanning part. All right, so we talked about the footprinting, and we talked about the scanning. So in the scanning, so I'm going to show you. So a lot of you guys may have a lot of doubts. So let me show you. So guys, this is my Kali Linux. So before you're getting into this whole hacking, or before you getting into this whole you know whole things, I should recommend you guys should need to learn more about this Kali Linux and all these Linux distributions. So there are a lot of bunch of Linux distributions out there. So this one is called Kali Linux, and this is a Debian based distro. So this is another operating system called I actually use this. This is called Cashy OS. Like it's actually an Arc Linux based distro. So I definitely love this. I personally love this particular operating system because it's really simple and like easy to use. And also this one is actually it's a Arc Linux based distro. So this is not Kali, this is a different operating system. So that's the difference. You can see this is Arc Linux, and this one is called a Debian. So I'm able to run all these operating systems because I'm currently running the operating system in my computer. And the reason why I'm able to do that because of this hypervisor called VMware. So this one is called a VMware, and it's a hypervisor. You can see here it's running on here. So this is the VMware tool. So you guys can actually use the VirtualBox in order to run multiple operating systems at the same time. But the thing is, you definitely need a really good computer. Like the spec for the computer you guys need to use is first is you definitely need an 8 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM is fine. Yeah, 4 GB RAM is fine, I guess. Okay, so like 4 GB RAM is fine, and also yeah, am I giving permission to change whatever it is? I thought I was admitting to the thing. So you definitely need a 4 GB RAM space, and also a i5 processor or i3 processor is really compulsory. Definitely an i3 or i5 processor. And also you need to have really good really good computer skills. Guys, who's actually drawing all these things? Okay, so you definitely need an i3 or i5 processor plus the 4 GB RAM. That's the basic specification for you to start the things. Yeah, I guess I give permission for the wrong guys. I don't know about that. All right. Yeah, so please stop, drawing things on the screen, guys. So we're in the middle of a session. Like, who are these guys drawing red and blue? Okay, I think I should cut the permission for you guys first. Just a minute. I understand it. Okay. I was controlling all these things. Okay, I don't know these things. Someone need to control these things. All right. So, yeah. Yes. So footprinting and reconnaissance. So this is the two things. Recon, we talked about it. Scan network, we talked about it. And next one is enumeration. So this enumeration is like even when you do scanning. So let me show you a basic example of guys, you should stop writing things on the screen. Okay. It's really annoying. So all right. So the scanning is like, so if I need to so like if I type ifconfig, I might be able to get the IP address of my system. So you guys can also see your IP address of your system. So if I need to know who are the devices which are connected in my system, I can actually go for this like nmap minus sn. Before that, you can actually add the sudo command, which is going to give you a bit more information, and the network address /24. If you hit enter, you might provide the root password, sorry, your normal user password. So this is going to give me the devices which are connected inside my network. So I have a 5 hosts connected to my 5 hosts connected to my Yeah, my network. So we have a Huawei Technologies is actually the router. So we have this Guangdong mobile apps, Intel Corporate, VMware. So yeah, these are things. So these are my private IP address. So you guys won't be able to do anything about it. So that's how we do. So that's the reason with the Nmap. So I was able to do that with the help of the Nmap. So there are a lot of techniques out there. So in order to study all these things, you guys need to study. Once you gather this information, the enumeration is like you need to you can actually extract the information, the useful information that you need. That's called the enumeration. So there are a lot of enumeration type like LDAP enumeration, like active directory enumeration, network enumeration, web enumeration. So there are a lot of bunch of enumeration techniques. So in that thing, you can see in the NTP, IP, things like that. So you have to just take the useful information only. That's enumeration. That's how it is. So once you've done all this thing, then we're gonna go for this fifth module, which is this vulnerability analysis. Like, what is vulnerability? So that's one of the important thing a pen tester need to know. What is the vulnerability? That's what we only focus on. The reconnaissance and scanning are things we do before. So once we've done this thing, what we're actually looking for is vulnerabilities. So there are going to be a lot of vulnerabilities like host vulnerability, application vulnerability, network vulnerability, um, there are a lot of other advanced kind of vulnerabilities out. So you guys need to learn all these things, and then only you will be able to understand the vulnerabilities and do the further attacks. So once we find the vulnerabilities, then we go for the system hacking, and that's where this hacking is starting. So this is where things getting interesting on the sixth module. So from the sixth module, we start studying how can we hack or how can we crack a password or how can we exploit a vulnerability. So we need to study Windows exploitation, we need to study Linux exploitation, we need to study network exploitation, we need to study how to get the password, how to crack the password, how to brute force. So there are a lot of things you need to study before we getting into all these things. So before this is where the hacking is on the sixth module. So before we get into hacking, what I'm trying to say is you guys need to study the information gathering technique, you need to study the enumeration, you need to study the scanning, vulnerability analysis. These are some pre-things you need to study before you go for the hacking. You cannot do hacking without all these things. Okay, these are really essential in the cybersecurity field. So we'll study a bunch of things in here, and then we're going to go for this malware threats. So once you study all the exploitations, then what we're going to study is this malware. So this malware is really important right now because a lot of people has been attacked by this malware, and there are a lot of things we need to talk about this malware is. So there are different kinds of malwares. There are APT groups out there, APT concepts, Trojan, virus, worms, ransomware. There are a lot of different kinds of malwares out there. And what is this malware is, how this created, and how can we detect them, and what are the countermeasures we need to take in order to protect us from this malwares. That's what we discuss in the seventh module. And then we're going to go for the sniffing. So this in the sniffing part, we learn how are these packets are be sniffed. So sniffing is like, you know, simple I can put it like, so this is the reason like you guys been told that do not use public Wi-Fi's or do not use open Wi-Fi's. So if you do that, this attack can actually sniff your packets, and sometimes they can actually take your sensitive data or credentials and things like that. That's also possible. So it's better not to use public Wi-Fi's or unauthorized Wi-Fi's, because even if you share some of your credentials and important information through the Wi-Fi, there's going to be a possibility that you might lose your data. So that's the case. So that's we'll be discussing on the sniffing part. So we have this social engineering, which is really important topic. Like Social engineering is really important right now because a lot of people has been victims of the social engineering. It's called human mind hacking, or like human being hacking. You can say it's simply hacking your mind. That's the case. Through social engineering, the attacker can actually gather a bunch of informations like like your names, your addresses, your date of birth, your pet's name, your whole information can be taken with a simple conversation, like pretending to be a friendly man, and he might be taking your information, and that's where things get ugly. So when he get all the information, he can actually look for the password. So what he's saying is that when you start giving a lot of information about you to another person, he can chart you, like he might be able to gather, enumerate a lot of information. So if I'm talking to one of you guys and I happen to know your name, your address, your phone number, your pet name, your date of birth, things like that, I can actually start creating a word list. Like I can create a word list of yours, like the possible passwords you're gonna put for your older accounts, and that's how we try to access your account. So it's better not to give much information about you, or that the thing related to your password to strangers or any other person that you don't trust. So please don't give that this kind of information to other people's. Okay, keep it confidential. So there are a lot of other social engineering techniques. So we'll be discussing these kind of things in the module number 9, and in the module number 10, we'll be discussing about the DDoS, or denial of service attack. So this is a I don't know, like right now, this DOS attack is really dangerous. It's been happening everywhere because through this DOS attack, we can actually take down a lot of websites and computers and networks, because DOS attack is really dangerous. Like even if possible to do DOS attack, it's really dangerous for the people to take down your website, your services, your company, or anything you're running. So it's better to keep a really good firewall and other kind of things to protect from this DOS attack. Right. So there are a lot of concepts we need to study in the DOS that are already covered in the CH class. So then we're gonna go for the session hijacking. So session hijacking is like, when you logged in to a specific account, like before, like when the Facebook started, like 2 years, like not 2 years, like 5 years before, when I was actually using the Facebook, I happened to use my Facebook from internet cafes. Like, we don't have smartphones at that time. I'm talking about like 5 to 6 or 7 years before, I guess. So at that time, I definitely need to go for an internet cafe. Then you will be able to use the internet, or use Facebook. So if I use that thing, sometimes I don't do like, even if I do log out in the browser, if I go back like this, if I click on this back button, I will be able to get hit to I'm sorry, I will be able to get into his account. So up there, the thing is, we're not actually like this session was not completely, like taken out. So the session was still alive. That's what we call session hijacking. So right now it's not possible for right now, because every session need a session token. So that's not possible at the moment right now. So we're actually securing every possible way to, like to make the web secure. So we'll be learning a lot of session hijacking, network level, web application level session hijackings, and we know more about that thing in the 11th module. That's the session hijacking concepts. So we have evading firewalls and honeypots. So this is really important. So whenever you're going for a company, you will be working as an information security officer, or you will be as a security analyst. So there definitely going to be a cyber attack. So in that cases, you have to put a firewall. Yeah, you might be able to use IDS. You need to put honeypots to trap the hackers. So there are a lot of ways, a lot of things you need to study before you're getting into this company as a security analyst. So that's what we're going to study in this particular module called 12. It's called the evading firewalls. So we'll also study how to evade as a red teamer. We'll study how to evade or bypass these firewalls and IDS and IPS and honeypots, things like that. So this is the module that we're going to study more about the web server. So I told you everything is running on the web. Every single thing is actually running on the web. So what we're actually going to do is we'll study more about the web servers, how exactly these web servers work. There are a lot of web servers out there, like Apache, Tomcat, um, Oracle. I mean, there are a lot of different web servers out, Nginx, and things like that. So we'll learn a lot about web servers and how they're actually working. So we need to know this thing, how exactly a web works, how exactly a web server works. So when you do that, you might be able to you do hacking or to pen test these devices. If you don't know the devices, you're actually going to pen test, and that there's no point in hacking it. If you don't know what you're going to hack, then there's no way you can hack it. So it's better to study what you're going to hack before you hack it. That's what we do. Then we're going to go for this web application hacking. So this is what we're going to study about how to hack a website. So there are, I told you everything, every single thing right now is working on the web or www. It's on the web. So we need to know, right now, this is the web 2.0, this is web 3.0. There are a lot of web technologies are out there. Everything is running on the web. Even every single thing right now is on the web. So every single day we are witnessing like just a bunch of thousands of websites are being releasing to the internet, and these websites need to be tested, and we the security analysts are going to do that. So before that, you need to know what exactly the web application threats or vulnerabilities, how we can bypass it, what exactly we can do for that. Then we have the SQL injection, which is also web application vulnerability, because this one is a bit interesting vulnerability because it's related to the databases. So every web application is do have a database of their own. So we might be able to bypass the database through a series of payloads and things. That's where we're going to study on that module. Then we have the hacking wireless networks, which is like we have like how to bypass Wi-Fi. That's what we're going to study here. So we'll learn how to hack a Wi-Fi. So everybody is using Wi-Fi's on their home. I believe that you definitely need to make sure to secure your Wi-Fi or your wireless network in your home. So there are a lot of vulnerabilities for your Wi-Fi's. It's better to keep your Wi-Fi safe. So you should definitely need to change your Wi-Fi passwords once in a 2 months or once in a 3 months, and also you definitely need to change your admin password. Also, that's really important. So that's what we're going to study in the 16th module. So in the 17th module, we'll study about the Android and iOS. So we can actually study. We'll start studying about this Android and iOS systems and the platforms and the architectures. Then we can actually go for Android pen testing or iOS pen testing or things like that. So that's the 17th module. So I told you we have a lot of job opportunities in this field, like pen testing. Like we have network pen testing, wireless pen testing, Android pen testing, web application pen testing, cloud pen testing, and much more. So in order to get to all these things, you definitely need to have the basics, and that's what we actually going to teach, or we're going to study in this CH course. So once you learn all these things, you can actually go in advanced mode. You can go for other kind of, you can actually go and study other kind of things, which is also really good. Or it's up to you. You can actually decide it by yourself. So then we have the IoT and OT. Like IoT is called Internet of Things. I told you everything is out there is IoT. Like within 2 or 3 years, every home's going to be like super smart. Smart fridge, smart TV, smart AC, and there's going to be an Alexa in the middle of that to interact. There's going to be Google. There's going to be different other people. There's a Bixby out there. So there's going to be a lot of products coming within years to automate and like different AIs. And I believe that right now this Chat GPT, you guys may be able to know about Chat GPT, which is really the open AI platforms. You can actually ask anything you want. I heard that right now these programmers and hackers are actually using the chat GPT to create malwares for them, to create payloads and exploit for them because it will do what they ask. That's how it is. That's how it works. All right, so you can actually check the chat GPT. It's really good. So OT hacking is a different concept, like it's organization technology. Like we're talking about some big companies. Um, like yeah, in industries, that's what I'm actually asking. So there are a lot of bunch of industries out there. So this industry have automated technology. So these technologies do have vulnerabilities out there. So what we're gonna do? We need to do pen testing on these technologies too. If you don't, some hackers gonna go for that and they're gonna hack it. So that's another problem. So these are the problems. So those are things in the OT security. So you can actually go for OT security. You can actually go for these things. So there are a lot of things you know to study. So this each uh, guys, I think I gave permission for you to write things. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know if I did that. So please stop writing things on the screen. And you know, all right, good. So I'm taking the permissions out, guys. Anyway, I don't know who actually doing this thing, but you should definitely need to stop this thing. Right. Yeah, please don't interrupt this thing. So this accept thing I was giving you permission to do this, right? I'm sorry, I thought I was letting you into this class. Anyway, leave it. I still don't know who actually did this. Please undo this red line. Whoever did it, please do it. All right. So yeah, so that's the OT hacking, organization technology, and then we have the cloud computing. We're going to learn more about this cloud computing because there are a lot of cloud computing systems out there: AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, and bunch of different cloud platforms. So these platforms are really good. So these platforms are providing a lot of space for different things. So right now, everything is on cloud. Nobody's keeping physical servers on their company because they're afraid to do that. If you put a physical servers, you definitely need a lot of security teams and a lot of people to protect it. So people are afraid of it. So they all keep their informations on the cloud. So we're gonna learn about the cloud platforms and how what are the cloud threats, things like that. And then on the 20th module, we'll learn about the cryptography, which comprises of different encryption things. There are a lot of encryption modules. There are a lot of encryption ways to protect our data. So different algorithms, different styles, different so email encryption, disk encryptions, different kinds of cryptographic concepts, and okay, so public key, private key, and then a lot of things. So we'll talk about that. I do have to talk a lot about it, so I'm not talking about it. So that's the you know, that is the whole modules in the CEH V12 course. All right. So okay, that's the CH V12 course. So you'll be studying all these things within 1 month. So what I'm trying to say is you guys will be studying all these things within 1 month or 40 hours. You can see here we have 1,663 pages of contents and we only have 1 month. And the thing is, guys, I cannot just go through every page in this thing. So there are a lot of information you can actually, you know, like within 1 month. So what I need you is like when I'm taking the class, I'll be your trainer, even if you're actually taking the course. So if you're actually going for the course, I'm going to give you some instructions. So I want you guys to do these things on the right time. Okay. So if I say that, like, I'm not going to take these small topics, I will be only covering the important parts in the CH course. And the main thing is there are a lot of unwanted or there are a lot of contents that we don't need in the CH modules. Like you can see here, like this first module do have one to 50 pages. So there are a lot of this Ford printing and reconnaissance do have like 80 or 90 pages of content, but these 90 we don't need to go through all these 90 pages. I will teach you all the important concept to practical way. So only you have to do is do that and also read the PDF once the class is completed. So even if I told you to read the PDF after the class, you definitely need to do that. If you don't, I can assure you that you won't pass examination, because CH examination is a bit difficult for you to do that at the time, because and also I can help you to pass examination, but I'll definitely teach you what to do that. You have 4 hours to complete like 125 questions. Just not that of a small question. It's going to be like completely scenario based questions. So you have to make sure to study all this thing very well before you go for the examination. Okay, that's an advice from me. So you should take it. Um, and also other things are you'll study in the coming classes, and don't miss any of the classes, because you only have like I guess you definitely only having a 20 classes, like that's a 40 hours class. So we have 2 hours a day, like 20 classes, and don't miss any of these classes. If you miss it, you're gonna lose a lot of things. So you have to study it by yourself. Yeah, that's how it is. So that's the CEH course modules. That's what we're going to study in the CEH course. So I believe that you guys do have a bunch of questions in your head, so you can actually ask the questions right now, because we have like 45 minutes or something. So please, if you have any doubts, you can put on the chat, or you can actually unmute yourself. I can start asking the questions related to this CEH course that you're going to study. So I believe that most of you guys are here or actually taken the course to study. Some of you guys have enrolled for the course. So you can actually ask, no problem. You can like, put on the chat. You can through text you can ask, or you can actually ask through audio, whatever it is. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm here to like solve all the things. So that's the today's actually introduction class. Like this is an introduction class, so don't take it as a regular class. It's just introduction for you. Like you guys, some of you guys may be from different domain. Like some of you guys may be accountants, programmers, designers, and you have to switch to the security domain, which is a really good thing. I should appreciate that. Switching to security domain is really good option, because right now there are a lot of job opportunities is been like coming to the security side, and especially on Chennai, especially on Bombay. There are a lot of companies starting, a lot of cybersecurity, a lot of different job roles like security analyst, malware analyst, threat intelligence, SOC, things like that. So it's really a good choice you have taken to switch to security domain. And guys, and two things. First one, you definitely need a master degree to get into a really good job role. And also, if you have a master's degree, also it will also benefit you in this field, because this master's degree will definitely help you to get more salary or to get to a higher post. But also, skill is really important. You should definitely have really good knowledge and skill in this field. So the next thing I want to teach you, or I want you guys to know, is that, see, this is my Kali Linux, the operating system we'll be using to do hacking in the future if you take the course. So I believe this interface is going to look a bit different because I customized it. So what I need to show you is that like you need to study the Kali Linux commands, right? So if you don't study the commands, then you won't be able to do the hacking. I told you. First of all, this is introduction class. So this is the thing, what I'm going to talk to you about is the first one. You need to know or get along with this Kali Linux. First, see, if I type ls, I might be able to list a lot of informations like this, because the reason why I'm doing this is like, okay, this red line is really annoying. All right. Whoever did this, please undo it. I don't know how to do that, because whatever. Yeah. So if if you type ls, I can list all the data inside my home directory. If I type pwd, I'm actually inside the folder called Kali. So inside the folder called Kali, these are the informations I have. So the reason why we're actually using this terminal is it's really fast, it's really effective. Like you can actually access any content in super speed. So right now I need to use my mouse and click on all these things through the GUI or graphical user interface. But if I use a terminal, I can actually access anything in super speed. Like you can see, I can actually go to this folder called downloads, and these are things I get in this thing. I can go after by using keyboard because this thing is directly interacting to the kernel. So may I ask you a question, guys? It's like I should ask this thing a question before. Like, is Linux a kernel or an operating system? Come on, just put the answer on the chat. Let me just check you guys know about this thing or not. Is Linux an operating system or a kernel? What do you think? No answers. So you guys, come on. So you can actually send message. So yes. So you guys are not able to yeah. Okay, I'm having a lot of okay. Yeah. So you guys are not able to send the message. Okay. Okay, so actually Linux is a kernel, it's not operating system. So most of you guys have thought about that, like Linux is an operating system, so it's not a kernel. So Linux is actually a kernel, so it's open source. It's not like you don't have to buy it. So it's free. So there are a lot of operating systems out there on the base of the Linux distro. You can see these are a bunch of operating systems. So this picture will show you. See, this is Slackware. It's another distro. Okay, and we have Debian. So this Debian is compared with the Kali, Parrot operating system, Ubuntu, or all Debian distros. So, and there is Arch Linux, there is Mint Linux, there is Fedora, and there are a lot of different distributions out there related to this Linux distribution. So the first thing you need to know is you need to know different operating system, what is Linux and what are the other things are. So you should start researching about the Linux and what is Linux and who created Linux and what exactly Linux is. Windows, on the other hand, is actually created by this Bill Gates and team. So they enterprise it. So if you want to use it, you have to give the money. For Linux, this guy called Linus, he's the person who created the Linux. So he actually put it on like open source. So you don't have to pay any kind of price for that. And it's really free. You can actually download the source code. You can edit into anything you want. You can create your own custom operating system by using the Linux open like source codes and things like that. So that's how it works. So so you should go for that research about Linux, and you should start learning the Linux commands. So there are a lot of Linux commands you need to learn before you're getting into this thing. So I can actually give you a site to understand more about the Linux. The name of the site is Linux Journey. Let me just show you in here. It's the website name is Linux Journeys. This website is actually a really good website which will help you to okay. What happened to this Linux Journey? Just a minute. Yeah, this website will help you to learn more about the yeah, I think they have changed the domain. So this website will help you to learn more about Linux commands. So go through all these things which will help you to learn more about the Linux commands. So once you learn the Linux commands, then you can actually go and study these resources, how Linux works, Unix system administration, Linux Bible, programming interface. So there are a lot of things. So there are a bunch of things you need to study in the cybersecurity, and it's not a small topic. Once you start studying the cybersecurity, you'll definitely know the depth of the cybersecurity. It has a lot of things you know to study. So this is just an introduction class, and I believe that you guys like getting boring because it's actually it's completely theoretical, and I know I do hate theoretical classes. So when the class start, when the practical sessions start, it will start getting interesting. So that's how it is. So as I told, you can ask any questions you want to ask. No problem. We can have a couple of discussion on your doubts. So if you're having any kind of issues to ask questions, I'm not understanding it. Are you guys not able to send the message on the chat, guys? Please let me know, because I'm not the host who's created this. A lot of people has been raising hands. So how do I do this? Just a minute. So you guys can unmute yourself. Come on, how do I do this thing? Okay, so guys, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir. Now,
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I'm not the guy who's actually
sir,
hosting.
chat are still disabled, sir.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just do that. Is it an option? One second. Yeah, this is no such thing for I can't see a chat disabled here. Okay, so guys, is it fine? So you still can't send the message? Come on. Yeah, so you can actually ask questions, or you can, if you have any doubts regarding the CH course, you can actually ask, because this is the first day. I'm not gonna take the class on the first day, like not the whole thing, because that's how it is. So this is gonna be the class, and I'm gonna be teaching. So this is we'll be having an interactive class. If you have doubts, you can actually ask in the middle of the class.
Yeah, online class, yeah.
Hello. Who's that?
Online class.
Yeah, I think I should mute all of you guys. I think if you don't.
இன்னும் பாட்டு மியூசிக் கிடையாது ஜோப் பண்ணது கிடையாது இதுல சரிதானே? எனக்கு நான் மட்டும்தான்
Come on, dude. Yeah. So someone please, if you have anything, you can actually ask, or you can actually wind up the session. This is gonna be the class. Like, so I'm not being rude, but the thing is, if we actually start the class, I can actually give you a lot of, like, I can start teaching you, because this is introduction class and I cannot just start the class by today. And if you have any kind of issue with my slang or my English or the way I'm teaching, you can actually send me a suggestion, or you can send me feedback. I can actually try to fix it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Anurag, do you have anything to discuss? Fatima, Riaz?
Like the class timings would be the same, like from 8 to 10.
As as I informed, the class timing is gonna be like 8 to 10. That's what I'm informed.
And may I know like the course fee? Like, is there any course fee? Right?
The course fees will be discussed by the IT expert team. I'm not the one to, and I don't know about this thing. So the IT expert team will definitely contact you. You can actually contact the IT expert team for the course fees and all.
Okay, like
Yeah, see, I cannot give you, this is gonna be the amount. I don't know about these things, because I'm the trainer, and you can actually ask the IT expert team who contacted you about the course fees and all. That's what I just said. Okay, anything else? Anyone out here who's having any kind of doubts? Anything, you have any kind of doubts regarding the course? What's going to be learning about the labs, about the computer specifications? I think I already told that before. Okay, so you guys are not having any kind of doubts, right? Like, you guys are okay with it? Come on, guys, we can have a like a interactive discussion. So that's the reason I like yeah. Yeah, so those are things I would like to discuss on the first day of CH course. Those are topics we'll be studying, and like we can start the actual course from tomorrow onwards for the guys, or I guess from tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I guess. So we can definitely have a really good interactive session from that day onwards. So today I'm actually here to like talk to all about your doubts, and I believe a lot of people, a lot of students of mine have a lot of bunch of doubts of their own. So like, so do I need to have a programming background? So do I need to have this kind of degree to be a cybersecurity or ethical hacker? So how do I get a job? So there are a bunch of doubts coming before the class, or in the between the class, people are gonna ask the same question. So if you have anything else like that to ask, you can actually ask right now. That's what I just said. And don't be shy to ask questions in the middle of like a meeting or a session. So the main problem with the online classes is that a lot of students do have some problems, like see, I have two advices for you, because I've been into this field like 2.5, like 3 years to this cybersecurity field. And the first thing I learned, or the thing you guys need to follow, is if you have a doubt, okay, Anurag, are you sharing the screen? Yeah. So if you have a doubt, you should definitely ask the doubt right away. Don't um like you don't hesitate to ask doubt. A lot of students like if they have doubts, they're going to think like someone will ask it, or if even if I ask it, what the other's going to think, that's going to be a problem. So they have a lot of shy problems. They don't even like to ask questions. So if you have doubts, you definitely ask it right away. Don't hesitate to do that. So you should ask questions if you have anything. So if you can't find anything, you should connect with some other guys, or you can connect with some other people in your class. You can connect with some of your friends. That's you create a team, connect with others. That's how you grow in the cybersecurity field. That's how we do that. So please do that. So I guess I'm actually sharing the screen, guys, or okay. So what exactly this thing means? I don't understand. Like who's actually doing this? Is Fatima, Riaz? No. Um. Okay. So unmute. I'm sorry. I think I had give you the access to unmute yourself. See, I'm not controlling all this thing. Right? I'm sorry about this thing. I'm just I'm just Fatima Riaz is here. Must unmute. Can you do it now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I sorry. I should like you have to do it on the screen. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Sir, can you hear me well?
yeah. I can hear right now.
Okay, sir. Sorry for this. Actually, I have some doubts. This course include drone security like that or not?
What I didn't got it.
Drone security. This course will include the drone security.
No. We don't have drone security. That's an advanced contents. Drone security is a different topic.
Okay. So this is for CEH version 12 course, or we can write the pen test exam also, sir. We will able to write that exam with this course?
Pen test exam, like this is a certification called CEH, and it's not a pen testing. This is another pen testing is another. You're asking junior pen testing, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a different course. Junior pen testing is a pre-course. You can actually take it to junior pen testing if you want to. This is another. It's actually international certification. It's a more better than the pen testing.
Okay.
If you have the certification, you're on a different level. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, sir. So how much is the course fee, sir?
Yeah. About that, I told you should ask. Yeah, Jagannathan, 1 second. So you should ask the IT expert team about this fees and all.
Okay, so will you provide the CEH exam voucher, sir?
Yeah, we provide the CH exam vouchers for you with the exam. You can like this kind of thing can be asked to the IT expert team. You can actually ask anything about the course and things. You can ask me right now. I'm the trainer. I'm not providing these vouchers and all. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So every Monday to Friday for 1 month, sir? Every Monday to Friday, right? For 1 month.
Yeah, 40 hours, like 20 days, like Monday to Friday, 8 to 10. That's gonna be the class.
Oh, okay, sir.
We'll be having 40 hours class. That is the term we have. That's the duration we have.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
ஹலோ சார். தமிழில் பேசினா புரியும்ல சார்?
புரியும். சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க ஜனக.
சார் இது பக் ஹண்டிங் மட்டும் தெரிஞ்சிருந்தா ஜாபுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணலாமா?
ஆ yeah, you can have-
கொஞ்சம் இல்லை, பக் பவுண்டி கொஞ்சம் தெரியும். ஸோ அது மட்டும் லேர்ன் பண்ணிட்டு ஜாபுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ண முடியுமா? இல்லை
நீங்க இதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன பக் கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கா?
இல்லை சார், சும்மா இதுதான் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கு.
அது பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தா போதாது உங்களுக்கு. சி இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு பி a bug you should definitely நீங்க ஒரு பக் கண்டுபிடிச்சு அதுக்கு ரிப்போர்ட் பண்ணி அதுக்கு அக்னாலஜ்மெண்ட் வாங்கிட்டேன்னா உங்களுக்கு என்ன அந்த ஜாபுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ண முடியும். வித் தட் சிவி you can apply for the job. உங்க
ஓகே.
if you don't have a certification, if you don't have a degree, then it's going to be a bit like problematic for you. Like it's not that easy to get a job without a degree or a certification. That's the problem in the cybersecurity field.
ஓகே, இப்போ சிஹெச் சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் இருந்தாலும் பக் ஹண்டிங் உள்ள ஜாப் அப்ளை பண்ண முடியுமா?
Bug hunting and see Janagan,
பென் டெஸ்டிங் அந்த மாதிரி கேட்குறேன். லைக் நெட்வொர்க் பென் டெஸ்டிங் இல்லாமல் வெப் பென் டெஸ்டிங்க்கு அப்ளை பண்ண முடியுமான்னு.
application security apply பண்ண முடியும். அது வந்து application security job role. Bug hunting
Okay.
வந்து freelancing job.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ சார்.
அதான் நீங்க என்ன செய்யணும்னா நீங்க உங்களை ஸ்கில் டெவலப் பண்ணுங்க. இந்த ஆன்லைன் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ஸ்ல சிடிஎஃப் அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டு உங்க ஸ்கில் டெவலப் பண்ணுங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ஜாபுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணுங்க. இல்ல உங்களுக்கு ஃப்ரீலான்ஸா ஹேக்கர் பண்ண பக்ரவுட் அந்த மாதிரி பிளாட்ஃபார்முக்கு போய் பக் ஹண்டிங் செஞ்சு சொந்தமா காசு சம்பாதிக்கலாம். அது இஸ் ஆல்சோ பாசிபிலிட்டி.
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே.
ஓகே.
I think all of you guys can actually unmute yourself if you haven't heard. So you can actually, yeah. Hello, participant to unmute themselves. Yeah, good.
So this is another. Hello.
Yes, Anurag, really, tell me.
Like if we have certifications and we do not have any prior experience in this field, like with certifications is it possible to get into this field, like if we do not have any working experience?
See, CEH is the first certification you can actually go for. Okay, certified ethical, that's the first gateway certification you can take. If you have the CEH, it's a you can actually once you study the CEH, you will get the overall view of cybersecurity. Then you can switch to, as I told you, you can go for network security, wireless security, or wireless pen testing, web application pen testing, host pen testing, Android pen testing, cloud pen testing. There are a lot of job roles. So what you have to do next is you have to specialize in one area.
Okay.
Can
So
specialize in
with this certification, is it possible to get into SOC?
No, yeah,
Like,
with
blue teaming.
CH, yeah, blue team, but actually CH is a red teaming course, but CH is
Okay.
considered to be all like all things it covered. But in order to get a job in SOC, it's possible. You can actually go apply for a job in SOC with the CH. That's not a problem. But if you want to be expert in the SOC, like there are 3 levels of things: level 1, level 2, and level 3 in SOC. So if you want to be expert in SOC, it will be better if you take a SOC related course. It will be better if you go for that.
Okay, so for red teaming, initially we have to do CH.
Yeah, you see, this is a gateway course to the cybersecurity. That's what I'm saying. It's just a gateway course. So once you study this thing, you will have a really good idea about what's happening in the cybersecurity field and what are the job roles and what are things you can do in this field.
Okay, and what are the other pen testing courses? Like I have heard like for junior EJPT is there. And, is there any other courses for pen testing?
Yeah, we
Okay.
have EJPDs there. We have a CISSP. We have a SOC course. I think CISA. We have CompTIA Pentest Plus, which is also really good. It's a CompTIA certification, not an EC Council certification. It's a CompTIA Security Plus. There's a CompTIA Linux Plus. These are some really good certifications. And we have OSCP, like Offensive Security Certified Professional. We have CRTP, like Certified Red Teaming Operation. These are advanced kind of certifications. But before you getting into all these things, I should recommend you guys to take the CH first, understand the concept, understand the fundamentals, and then go for the other certifications. That's what I recommend all of my students.
So before this course, do we need to have fundamentals of networking, like networking
Yeah,
knowledge?
that will be better if you have the fundamentals like the networking concept, what is protocols, what is port numbers, what is all these things, networking concepts, and you have to study the Linux concept, you have to study the dark web and things. So I think you should better take the we have a junior pen tester course in the cyber heels, which will also help you to study all the basics. That's the case. So if you want to join, you can actually ask to the Cyber Heals or IT expert team. They'll talk about that course. So I think it's almost a 2 weeks course for pre-security kind of things, which will allow you to study more about the basic concept of the security side.
Okay.
CH is a
Like
bit advanced. As I guess, CH is a bit advanced. Low like beginners can't, and it's gonna be a bit like risk for beginners to understand all the concept at the first. But when you start studying all the way again and again, you will understand the concept eventually. That's how it works. And you cannot, guys, once you should, everyone should listen this, all right? Don't think that you can become an ethical hacker or you can become a cybersecurity professional within 1 or 2 months. That's bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry. But you have to, at least you definitely need 1 year of experience in this field. Then only you will at least master it. To be honest, I'm actually for the in this field like 3 years, and I haven't mastered like 5 to 10% in the cybersecurity. It's a really huge field. There are a lot of things to study, but I'm actually studying. I'm still studying, still learning every single day. When you study more, when you start learning more, what you understand is I haven't studied anything. That's the best part about this field. And you have to every single day update and update and update because new technologies, new vulnerabilities, new concepts, and new things. That's the best part about this field.
so,
That's
like
how it works.
in
Yeah.
this course, like do we cover simulation, malware analysis, and
No.
oh,
See, so you want to be a malware analyst? Do you like to be a malware analyst? I'm just asking.
no, I'm just going through like what would be covering in this course.
Yeah, we don't cover malware analysis. That's malware analysis is a different field. You have to study a lot in the malware analysis. In order to be study malware analysis, you definitely need to know about the hex code, the assembly code, and things like that in order to do reverse engineering and all. But we don't do malware analysis, but we'll know about the malwares, how to detect a malwares, how to find a malware simply by using some of the tricks in stat. See, in malware analysis, we have static and dynamic analysis. So I'll definitely cover the static analysis procedures in order to teach you how it actually works, but we cannot go for dynamic analysis. That's a bit a different concept. You need to know the programming, C, C++, assembly language, hex codes in order to identify the flaws in the code. That's how we do that.
Without that prior coding knowledge, like in the sandbox environment, dynamic analysis is not possible then.
Yeah, we definitely need a sandboxing or definitely virtual machine in order to analyze the dynamic analysis. But yeah, it's simple. But if we have to do a disassemble and debug all the things in order to find what's the malicious code inside that particular program. So it's a bit like it's a bit brainstorming thing to do malware analysis in the first place. And also you definitely need to do how to reverse engineer that particular program to identify what's actually in that particular application that is called the malicious code or something like that. That's how we identify it.
I see, okay. So packet sniffing and all would be covered, right? How to analyze the packet and all in this
Yeah.
course.
Yes, we'll learn how to sniff a packet, how can we analyze it, how can we decode it, and things like that, like how to get data from the packet. But if it's like, to show you like real life scenario, but we'll try to figure out a way to fix that.
Okay. And how many practical classes would be in this?
Like, see, from the first, like most of all in CEH, I don't actually show practical things because you guys will be writing the theoretical examination in the CEH. Okay, so I'll definitely show some of these modules like the exploitation. I'll definitely show the practical side. Sniffing, I'll show the practical side. Web application, I'll show the practical side. And There are a lot of other modules, malware and scanning, footprinting. Everything will be practical, but and also I'll show you how to access the iLabs and how can you practice yourself in the iLabs to do all these things in practical side too.
Okay, thank you, sir. Like, that's all my doubts.
Yeah.
So if you install classes, can you get the recorded classes?
Abdul Rashid, I'm not able to clear your voice well. Can you please?
So if you install classes, can you get the recorded classes?
Recorder classes. I'm not sure about the recorder classes. You can actually ask about this thing to the IT expert guys about the recorder classes and all. I don't know about the recorder classes and things. I don't think they'll share the recorder classes, but see, we can discuss about that to them. No problem. Yeah. Anything else? Anyone else has have any doubts?
So when the class will start, sir?
It depends on the enrollment. Like if you guys actually, yeah. See, if the students are completed, like the enrollment is good, so we can start the class from next day onwards, or else we'll just. I'm not sure about the date, so you should ask about this thing too to the IT expert team, the class start date. You can Google Raj, you can, or you cannot actually go for cyber domain with skill. It's possible you have, if you have a really good skill in cybersecurity, and if you can actually do something really big, you don't need any certification. You can just go for the company. But right now, every company has a like minimum criteria that, see, they don't actually taking the employees without minimum qualification called bachelors. Sometimes some companies don't accept guys who doesn't have masters, so that's the case. So every company right now is putting a minimum qualification for this bachelors. So, and also you definitely need a specific certification for the specific domain. So if you're actually going for SOC, you definitely need a SOC related certification. If you're going for a teaming or web application, you definitely need a web application related certification. So that's how it is. I believe in India right now, everything is concerned with the CH. So CH is a minimum qualification for every job role in cybersecurity. So that's the reason I told you it's a gateway certification for you in this field.
Will the PG diploma in cybersecurity help?
Definitely, that's a really good choice you're going for. So you do have some privileges when you go for that in the company.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, guys? Braham, Dominic, Subhashini, Sri Raman, anyone? Just if you have anything, you can ask. We're having a really good interactive sessions in here. A lot of people have been asking to unmute, and right now I can't see anyone else. So if you guys don't have any other doubts or anything else to discuss, I think we can actually wind up today's session. If you don't have any other doubts, that's it. Anything else, guys? Come on, you can. We still have 20 minutes, I guess. It's 10:40. I guess nobody has any doubts. Chats. Yeah. So what's the tools we need to know? Like I'll actually teach you about the tools in the classes. So we need see, like for information gathering, we have specific tools. For scanning, we have specific tools. So simply Nmap, Metasploit, we need to some directory listing like reconnaissance tools, like Derbuster, GoBuster, and things like that. So like Nmap and Rastascan and a really good scanning Metasploit framework. Then um, Empire, we need IM packet modules, Robius, Kerbrot, a lot of tools. So there are a lot of tools out there. So I cannot just say this is one of the tools we're teaching. So I'll be teaching you new tools. If even if I do some researching every single day to find new tools and new techniques to do bypass these things. So if I know that I'll teach you these tools, that's how we do that. All right. So every single day new things are releasing. So we have to go with that thing. After that, what certification we should do, sir? Like after the CH, I should recommend you should go for CRTP. If you're focusing on the red teaming, I should recommend CRTP, like Certified Red Team Professional, or you can actually go for CRTO, Certified Red Team Operation. So these two certifications are completely for red teamers. Like if you're actually really willing to go for a teaming, like active directory pen testing, internal pen testing, if you're going for that particular area, you should definitely go for CRTP or CRTO. That's the Pen Test Academy certification. Or actually, you can actually go for OCP, like Offensive Security. That's a big certification. It's a huge certification. Or you can actually go for PNPT. It's an like Cyber Mentor certification. There are a lot of ways. Or actually, you can actually go for web application related certification. There's a web application certification in the EC Council 2. Go for CHFI for cyber forensics. If you're going for the blue teaming, it is for CHFI, like digital forensics and all. So it's your choice, right? Don't ask me that. See, you should you know, if you ask me, I have a bunch of certifications and ideas in my mind. So what I need to know is what, like Fatima raised, I think you need to decide like what you want to be. So I told you, as for you guys, you have to decide right now. Within 2 years, I want to be in that company or in that position. You have to think like that. So if you have an idea like I want to work in this EY company or in a CISA company or Cisco company in this security analyst post, or a forensic analyst like a malware analyst post, or a SOC analyst, data analyst, or information security officer, that's you need to decide it by yourself. So once you aim for it, you will definitely look for the certifications you need to get to that particular place. That's how we do. Most of the people have no idea what they're going to be or what which position they're going to work. That's the issue with a lot of students I have known. So think about it, do some research, and that's how we do.
Like as you mentioned, gaming, like what kind of gaming? Can you please specify?
See, the best way to learn cybersecurity is to gamify yourself, like the hack the box. I believe you guys heard about the hack the box, right? Hack the box.
Yeah.
So that's a CTF platforms. There are a bunch of games like out there you can actually play and study different vulnerabilities, different things. So if you don't have a hack the box account, please make sure to create a hack the box account right away, because it's really a cool way to learn hacking. And there are a lot of other CTF platforms like Pico CTF and other kind of CTF platforms are out there. And TryHack Me is also really good.
CTF, can you please specify CTF full form?
CTF is a capture the flag.
Okay.
So it's more like, you know, it's like you're playing a game, right? So what you're actually aiming is the flag. So the flag is going to be a text format. So in order to find the flag, you need to get inside the system, you need to break the security, you need to bypass the security, you know, to do parallel escalation. And see, once you're doing this thing, you're aiming for the flag. So even though you're playing the game, you're studying or learning a lot of new vulnerabilities, a lot of new techniques to bypass all the things. So Hack the Box is really good platforms. You can practice all the things. It will be really cool, but it's a bit hard for the beginners. But you know, I should recommend you guys should you know, I'm going to show you something. Let me just log into my account. So but you know, it's gonna be a bit hard for you in the first place. If you take the course, I'll definitely guide you to do all these things to become a really good cybersecurity professional. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I do played a lot before, but right now I don't have much time to play these Hack the Box platforms. One second. I'm actually revealing my information, so please don't hack me, guys. Right. Okay. Some of you guys do hack it, please don't do anything on my account. All right. So this is the see, I happen to get into the script because I have to raise to this level, and again, if you don't play this for a while, you definitely get back to the position you are. So there are a lot of positions. So it's been a while since I played. So you can see here, I've been down to this rank. And I need to get back to this field again. So you can see here, these are lab section over here, and you should start at the starting point. So the starting point has a lot of guidance for you. So you need to start doing these, setting up, getting started, network enumeration. These are some really good labs you can start doing. And in order to get these things, you have to take the VIP pass. So the VIP is going to be like 1 month, like 1,000 rupees for 1 month, I guess. So it's worth taking the VIP anyway. So please start doing the Hack the Box and like start doing some gamified platforms. But the thing is, you need the basics. That's what you lack, all of you. So please make sure you have the basics and the Kali Linux commands, and then you can actually go for these whole sections and security and hackings and all. I guess you guys understand what we discussed today. I mean, it's like you guys are good. Like I believe there were 40 students in this session, and right now there's only 14. And I believe you guys are really interested. I know that you guys are interested in this security and cybersecurity and all. So I believe that you guys have taken notes or anything. You guys take things I talked about. So this was just an intro class. I just want to test you, like, you guys are good. So that's it for today. I guess it's almost time for us to leave. It's 9:50. If you guys have any doubts, we can have a couple of discussions till 10, or else we can wind up today's session. To be honest, it's really getting boring, right? Right? It's am I right or not? So whatever it is, you can say anything you want. Do you guys have any doubts? Fatima, David, Harish, Sri Raman, anyone? Anurag? No? Okay, so in that case, I think I should wind up this session for today. So if you want, I can actually put my number here. You can actually text me if you have any doubts or something like that. No issues. That's my number. You can actually contact me through WhatsApp. No problem. Yeah, so that's the case. So I'm actually going to wind up today's session. If you don't have any other doubts or what. So it was a really good having session with you guys. You guys are actually good. And good night. Thanks for your cooperation. And see you at the class if you're actually willing to join. And yeah, happy hacking if you're actually going for this Hack the Box and try hack me, things like that. Yeah. Thanks, Sriram. Yeah, so so I'm going to wind up today's session. See you guys around. Right?
Thank you.
Let's call it today.